this unrivaled 3-on-3 league. They're gonna make her a Lionel Messi type offer.
In the time it takes you to watch this video, Caitlin Clark could earn 50 times more than most female athletes make in an entire year. That's not an exaggeration or clickbait. It is the mind-blowing reality of the biggest offer in women's basketball history. But here's the shocking truth that's sending shockwaves through the sports world. She might just turn it all down.
Taylor, would you have any interest in doing the Unrivaled League in the offseason?
Honestly, I'm just focused on this right now, one thing at a time.
The truth is, the stakes have never been higher for the 22-year-old phenomenon. The secret reason why she's hesitating to accept the offer has nothing to do with money, nothing to do with basketball, and everything to do with something that nobody's talking about. So, let me take you behind the scenes of what could be the biggest story in women's basketball this year. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising player. She's a basketball revolution in motion. Her journey from Iowa's hardwood to the professional ranks reads like a sports fairy tale, but with numbers that are anything but fictional. During her college career, she shattered record after record, including becoming the NCAA Division I all-time scoring leader with 3.9 points. Her three-point shots from near half-court became viral sensations, and her ability to read the game has drawn comparisons to NBA legends like Stephen Curry. Now, as the WNBA's 2024 Rookie of the Year, playing for the Indiana Fever, she's even more powerful, not just in her game, but in her influence. The Fever's attendance numbers have skyrocketed, and merchandise sales have broken records. Every game feels like an event, with fans traveling from across the country just to witness her magic in person. Here's something truly incredible. She ranks among the top 4 most marketable athletes in the world, alongside icons like Patrick Mahomes and Lionel Messi. The endorsements she commands are staggering. Nike, State Farm, Gatorade, and Wilson, to name just a few. Her social media presence has exploded, with each post generating engagement numbers that marketing executives dream about. Nike alone has secured her talent with an 8-year, $28 million deal, recognizing her potential to transform not just basketball, but sports marketing as a whole. Although her signature shoes haven't yet been released, her jerseys have become the most sought-after item in women's sports merchandise. It's clear that Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a brand, a household name, and perhaps the most influential female athlete on the court today. That's where Unrivaled comes in. Set to debut in January, this new 3-on-3 women's basketball league wants Caitlin Clark to be its crown jewel, and they're willing to break every record in the book to make it happen. Co-founded by WNBA stars Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart, Unrivaled represents more than just another basketball league. It's a bold reimagining of what women's professional sports can be. The founders have studied successful models from around the world, incorporating elements from the Big Three Basketball League, European Soccer's Champions League, and even esports tournaments. The league offers a shorter season, played in the WNBA's off-season. It has 6 teams of 6 players each and promises high-stakes, fast-paced action. Games will be played in major markets, with state-of-the-art production values and innovative rule changes designed to maximize excitement. Think shorter shot clocks, 4-point shots, and power plays that could completely change the dynamics of traditional basketball. But it's not just about the game. This league has gathered high-profile backing from legends across the sports world, including Carmelo Anthony, Steve Nash, Alex Morgan, and Megan Rapinoe. These aren't just symbolic supporters. They're actively involved in shaping the league's future, bringing decades of professional sports experience to the table. The financial backing is equally impressive. Major venture capital firms have committed substantial funding, seeing in Unrivaled the potential to tap into the growing market for women's sports. Market research suggests that women's sports could generate more than $1 billion in revenue by 2025, and Unrivaled aims to capture a significant portion of that market. They're betting that Unrivaled could be the next big movement in women's sports, and to do that, they want the one player who can guarantee an audience: Caitlin Clark. Unrivaled's founders know Clark's value goes far beyond her playing ability. They aren't merely offering her a contract, they're willing to give her an unprecedented package that could revolutionize athlete compensation in women's sports.
How were those talks? Did you guys offer her a bag to come join you guys?
Yeah, well, I feel like it's just so crazy because the growth that Caitlin has brought to the game.
Reports suggest that Unrivaled is preparing to extend a Lionel Messi-like offer to Clark, an all-encompassing deal inspired by the package that brought Messi to Inter Miami in 2023. For Messi, it wasn't just about salary. It was about ownership, revenue sharing, and a role that made him part of the league's future. Unrivaled is offering Clark something similarly monumental: $1 million for less than 3 months of play, equity in the league, and potentially a share in revenue streams from merchandise, broadcast rights, and special events. To put that into perspective, her current WNBA salary sits around $76,000, with the league's highest-paid players maxing out at $249,000. This offer from Unrivaled is groundbreaking, and it could make her one of the highest-paid women in sports, setting a new precedent for athlete compensation in women's professional leagues. The league's innovative structure would allow Clark to maintain her WNBA commitments while participating in Unrivaled's shorter season. The schedule has been carefully designed to avoid conflicts with the WNBA season, international competitions, and major marketing events. This flexibility was a key consideration in structuring the offer, understanding that modern athletes need to balance multiple commitments. But even $1 million isn't the biggest part of what Unrivaled is proposing. The league's founders hope to spark what they call the Caitlin Clark effect, the kind of influence that could bring huge crowds, TV ratings, and sponsors in droves. They've already secured partnerships with major brands eager to associate themselves with the new venture, particularly if Clark signs on. TNT Sports has committed to broadcasting games in primetime slots, with production values matching those of major professional sports. Social media giants are discussing exclusive content deals, and streaming platforms are competing for digital rights. The potential for global reach is enormous, particularly with the rising interest in women's sports worldwide. Unrivaled has even gone so far as to create a comfortable environment for Clark, signing two of her closest friends, Lexi Hull, her Indiana Fever teammate, and Kate Martin, her former Iowa teammate. The recent addition of Aaliyah Boston, another Fever star, further strengthens the personal connections that could make the league feel like home. But here's the twist that's causing Clark to hesitate: the crushing weight of expectations and the relentless demands of being in the spotlight. For all her accomplishments and all her endorsements, Clark is still only 22, an age when most people are just starting their careers, not carrying the hopes of an entire sport on their shoulders. The mental and physical toll of her success is real. During her college career, she played through injuries, dealt with constant media scrutiny, and faced pressure to perform at superhuman levels game after game. Now, as a professional, those pressures have only intensified. Every missed shot becomes a trending topic, every interview is analyzed for hidden meanings, and every public appearance draws crowds of passionate fans. Off the court, Caitlin Clark is a private person who values her time away from the game. She's shared that the offseason offers her a much-needed chance to relax, pursue other interests like golf, and recover from the intensity of the season. These moments of normalcy are precious and increasingly rare as her star continues to rise. Sports psychologists have long warned about the risks of burnout in young athletes, particularly those who achieve early success. The pressure to maintain peak performance, satisfy sponsors, and meet public expectations can be overwhelming. For Clark, joining Unrivaled would mean giving up her already limited downtime, trading rest and recovery for another high-intensity season. The $1 million offer sounds incredible, but it would come at a cost that can't be measured in dollars and cents. The mental health implications of such a demanding schedule are significant, especially for someone who already carries such heavy responsibilities. Clark's team of advisors, including her family and longtime mentors, are carefully weighing these factors against the potential benefits. Insiders suggest Clark is leaning 60-40 towards saying yes, but her final decision isn't set in stone. Those close to her say she's taking time to consider all aspects of the offer, from the financial opportunities to the personal costs. She's consulting with other athletes who have faced similar decisions, seeking their insight on managing the demands of multiple commitments. Whatever she decides, Caitlin Clark's choice will make waves throughout the sports world. In the clip we saw earlier, she seemed not to be interested in the offer. But hey, she could change her mind tomorrow. Who knows? Anything is possible. If she makes a U-turn and chooses to join Unrivaled, her presence would certainly redefine what's possible for women's sports, setting new standards for athlete compensation, media attention, and sponsorship. The ripple effects could extend far beyond basketball, influencing how other women's sports leagues structure their business models and compensate their athletes. But then, if, on the other hand, she refuses to change her stand, it would send an equally powerful message about the importance of self-care and mental health in professional sports. In an era where athlete wellness is increasingly part of the conversation, Clark's decision could inspire others to make choices that prioritize their long-term well-being over short-term gains. In the coming weeks, as Clark weighs this life-changing decision, the sports world watches with bated breath. This moment represents more than just a career choice for one athlete. It's a potential turning point for women's sports as a whole. Whether she says yes or no, Caitlin Clark is about to change the game once again, and all eyes are on her next move. Meanwhile, I spoke earlier about her deal with Nike. Some of you are wondering, what's up with those guys? Why haven't they released a signature shoe for her yet? Check out this video here to find out why. Thanks for watching.